Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. Let me get little man off the screen, man. Big up, big up, big up, big up, everyone. Big up, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, man. Welcome. Big up, everyone that's locked in already, man. Big up, let's see. Smash the likes, people. Smash the likes on your way in, man. Show some love to the channel, man. Make sure you guys are like and subscribe. Big up to Ravaj. Big up to you, brother. Big up to Gary. Big up to you, brother. Abu Ramal. Abu Ramal. Big up to you, bro. We got Pochow in the chat, man. Pochow in the chat. Big up again, Ravaj. Big up, Warrior. Big up. I'm signed up for the whole season already, man. Already. It's too early. It's still early, man. It's still early, bro. Why you look? Why you look? Come on, man. We still got the whole season to go. Come on, man. Big up Nawaf, bro. Big up to you, man. Exactly, Warrior. Smash the likes, people, man. Smash the likes. We're gonna get into it today, man. We're gonna get into it today. I've got a couple panelists coming on as well, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys today. You can see the title. I've said it. Ali, bro, are you everywhere, bro? Are you everywhere? Like, no matter what channel I'm on, this guy follows me, tells me hold it, you're a fraud. Keep it respectful. Otherwise, yeah, calm down, bro. You're fuming. Yeah, chill out. Ali, chill out, man. Chill out, man. Calm down. Calm down. Guys, make sure you guys are like and subscribing. Ali, are you subscribed, Ali? Let me ask you this. You follow me everywhere. You're in my chat right now saying I'm fuming. Are you subscribed, bro? Because I know a lot of you in here are not subscribed. That's a problem. I can see a lot of you. A lot of you are not subscribed. So make sure you guys are subscribing, man. The road to 1K. The road to 1K. The road to 1K is on the way, man. Oh my god, bro. Ziad will potch get Conference League. I don't want Conference League, bro. Fuck that, man. Time him out. No, look, he's subscribed. He's subscribed. I liked. Big up to Allier, man. I think he's just a friendly troll, man. Big up to Allier, bro. Big up, man. Yep. Potch out, Bowley out, sell the club. All right, Nawaf has lost his mind, bro. Nawaf has completely lost his mind, man. Nawaf has lost his mind. Big up to Letty. Big up to Letty in the chat. Yeah, guys, listen, man. Road to 1K. Make sure you guys are like and subscribing, man. Show love to the channel. Big up to Gary saying I'm sub. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Hope you lot well. I just seen. Listen, you don't think we're silly, man. I can see all the YouTube stats. Yeah, it shows me how many of you guys are subbed and how many of you guys are not subbed, right? But yeah, let's get into it, man. Listen, as I said, I'll give my quick take on the game, on the situation that is at hand at Chelsea right now. But listen, You can see the title. All eyes are on the board now. For me, I'm bored from the players. I'm bored of of the manager. I'm sick of repeating myself. I said that as a prediction. I predicted the 2-2. So that's 3 points for me when we go back to Al Ahwa. But look, I knew we weren't going to learn anything from this game. I knew we weren't going to play well, even if we won, right? Let's be honest, man. We weren't going to play well. But for me, it's about the manager. It's about the owners now. Are they going to end up getting rid of this guy or not? What's going on? Are they going to get rid of him or what? When are they going to get rid of him? When is it actually going to be too late? Because I've got some comments. I've got some feedback as well. I've got some feedback from others as well. But I'm going to focus on the comments from Pochettino because we'll talk into a bit depth about the owners and about the board and honestly the future of this football club. Because I'm scared right now. I'm scared right now. Look at this guy, bro. The Ziyech talk about standards. Big up Hakim Ziyech, bro. What's your problem with Hakim Ziyech? What did Hakim Ziyech ever do to you, bro?
Baby.
What's wrong with Hakim Ziyech, bro? Let's be honest.
Baby.
Big up Habibi, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, man. JK, man. JK, big up JK, man. Look at Ali A. Would you take Amran Ziad? Because Liverpool have him as a second option behind Alonso, so you have to be quick. Listen, man. At the end of the day, I said I want someone that's won. I want someone that's achieved. I want someone that's been at the highest level. I don't think we're gonna get that. But if we're gonna go for that level of a De Zerbi, of an Amaran, or a who else is gonna be on this? I don't know, man. Fucking someone from like a Graham Potter type, an up and coming manager. None of that. They have had to at least achieve something. That's why Javi Alonso, if he wins the league, not too bad because he's won the league with Leverkusen, first time ever. Amaran at Sporting, he still won something there. So it's not as bad as if we get a De Zerbi who hasn't won anything. We need winners in this place, man. We need winners in this place. Yeah, post match, Letty, chat shit as usual. We're gonna get into it, Letty. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get I've got a little bit of stats on Mudryk as well. Mudryk, how he's been using Mudryk. He's supposed to be the one that develops all of them. Hey, we'll talk about it, man. Big up, Habibi. Listen, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big up to you, bro. Big up. Nawaz says we should wait until the end of the season. He will not get outform Benfica. He will win the league with Sporting. 100%. I don't think even if we sack Pochettino now, I don't think we're getting a replacement straight away. I don't see it happening. Big up to Jerome, man. Ziad, my brother. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start either, man. Honestly, I don't know. I'm hoping the panel can help me, man, because I'm struggling for words, man. I would take anyone over this bum, to be honest, but I prefer someone who has won a league title in past clubs. 100%. They have to have won something. Have to. All love, at least you have standard like some of his family. Big up to you, JK, man. Big up, man. I just checked. Does everyone want to title? What with Shakhtar? I'm guessing. Come on, man. Do me a favor, bro. That don't count, man. I'm sorry, but that don't count. But yes, man, we're gonna get straight into it because I'm gonna bring out the panel soon. But we're gonna get straight into it, man. We're gonna get straight into it. Look at this Mudryk, man. Look at his stats by Mudryk. Can you not understand how embarrassing this is? Can you guys really deep how embarrassing this is, right? We'll get into the quotes and whatnot a bit later on. But deep how embarrassing this is. Understand this for me, yeah? Mikhailo Mudryk just a bit of context. I'm sure you guys are all aware of this Mikhailo Mudryk person, yeah? He is the number one person in this whole club that needs to be developed and that needs game time. Like or not, that's a fact. He needs game time and he needs the most developing in the whole squad. And look what this bum of a manager has done to this guy who's supposed to be the number one person for developing players. The number one reason to why we brought this guy in, because we've got a young squad and we brought him in, yeah? And the reason we brought him in because of that. Sorry about that. Yeah, the one reason we brought him in is because of that. Okay? And guess what he's done to one of the players that need developing? Mikhailo Mudryk under Pochettino. He scored against Fulham, benched the next game against Burnley. He scored against Arsenal, benched the next game against Spurs. I don't think that's correct. I don't think he was Spurs against Arsenal. I can't remember what game it was. I think it might be Aston Villa, maybe. It wasn't Arsenal though, but the point stands. He scored and he got benched. That's the point that stands. He scored against Newcastle, benched the next game against Wolves. He scored against Crystal Palace, benched against Luton. Goal against Leeds, benched the next game against Brentford. How do you want this guy? How do you want this person who clearly is a person that thrives of confidence, thrives of game time, thrives of consistency. You can tell that's what type of player Mikhailo Mudryk is. And this player is putting him down the ground. He said he has to feel what it's like to be benched, feel like the pressure. Yeah, he has to be hurting inside. The guy, of course, he's hurting because every time he has a high, you slap him and put him back down. Of course, the guy's fucking hurting. Yeah, this is disgraceful. He's not only shit tactically, he's got shit man management, and he's got the player that he's most developing. His confidence gone through the sky. It's from the roof, sorry, not the sky. Through the not the roof even. Not the sky, not the roof. Fucking all the way down to the graveyard. What is this, bruv? Come on, man. It's embarrassing. Let's be honest, man. Does Hassam still think he's the... Listen, bro, whatever Hassam thinks he can think. I'm not going to lie to you, man. Hassam probably still thinks he'll take him, yes. Probably. If I'm being honest, yeah. Yeah, I will never ever settle for Poch having my team playing like this. Every single player either got worse or haven't improved in the last 9 months. Let that sink in. This is the problem, man. Players like Enzo Fernandez, people keep scapegoating Enzo Fernandez, saying, no, he needs a DM next to him. He needs this, he needs that. Enzo Fernandez was playing with a defensive, but Azpilicueta right back. Yeah. Thiago Silva was consistently playing centre back. Right? Kovacic next to him. Where's the defensive ability there? Azpilicueta old. Respect Azpilicueta, but he was old. And he still performed. Why could he do it then, but he can't do it with Caicedo next to him, Colwell in defense, Gusto right back? He plays shit. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Sterling's far better than Mudryk. Why is he not starting? Sterling hasn't been that impressive, man. Sterling has not been that impressive. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. And even if you're going to start Sterling, put Palmer on the 10, put Sterling on the right, put Mudryk on the left. Simple. Done. Really not difficult, but man. Really not difficult. Anyway, man, let's see what else we got in here, man. Let's see what else we got in here, because this is too far, man. If I'm being honest, this is too far. This is too far. I'm not gonna start at the bottom, man. Let's just start at the bottom. Mikhailo Mudryk, yeah. Pochettino on the fans. I think the relationship is good. We need to understand fans are emotional. I'm fighting to provide the team the best tools to work and to improve and play in this way. Score goals and win. How can the fuck can you say that it's okay? That what we're doing and the relationship is okay with the fans? Do you understand what was going on today in the way end? They were saying F off Mauricio. They were saying Boli, you're a... I'm not even going to say the word. They were singing Roman Abramovich chants. They were saying, Mauricio, get out. It doesn't get more toxic than that. It really doesn't get more toxic than that. It doesn't get more toxic than that. So how can he say the relationship is good? The guy is deluded, man. The guy is absolutely deluded. Chelsea drop more points and stay in the bottom half of the Premier League. Fulham are 1 point off us in 12th. Fulham. 2 behind Wolves, 3 behind Brighton, and 6 behind West Ham, who I'm sure are 7th, like we've been for God knows how long, man. For so long. Here we go. Chance for Abramovich and Antiboli and Pochettino chance. The owners and sport directors have caused this. Here we go, because we're going to get into it later on. We're going to get into these owners and sport directors. We have to, because it's getting ridiculous. Chelsea fans are going for Poch now. F off Mauricio. Pochettino says the effort was massive after 3 tough games in 6 days. What, bro? This is the standard of this guy that's set. It's a good effort, guys. You done well. You had 3 games in 6 games. Three games in 6 days. You done well, guys. Spurs mentality. Bottle job. Bitch. Dickhead. Pussy. This is what it is. This is what I'm looking at. This is what I'm reading. Bitch mentality. Yeah, you done well, guys. Maybe next time. We'll get them next time. You had 3 tough games. As if fucking Liverpool. How many games have they played? With their best players out as well, injured. Come on, man. Everyone's got the same energy. Everyone plays the same amount of games. Pochettino on the chance. I've been told, but I didn't hear, to be honest. I don't know. I need to believe. I didn't hear, but it's normal. Man said it's normal. This guy just said it's normal. We're telling you to fuck off. You're telling me that's normal. The managers, not managers, the fans are telling you to fuck off out of the club, and you are telling me that is normal. This guy's lost the plot, man. This guy's lost the plot. Chelsea fans chanting Jose Mourinho. I forgot to mention that as well. Chelsea fans are chanting Boli, you are a... I will not be reading that out on my channel, bro. You lot can read that for yourselves, man. And then you got this one. The look at the coach that's still struggling to find the right formula for his midfield. Lord have mercy on myself. What is that, bro? What is that? Gallagher, Palmer holding hands. Caicedo, all his main passing is down to Enzo Fernandez. You got Conor Gallagher's main passes out wide to Gusto. Like, what even is this, man? What even is this? Sideways football, bruv. Absolute sideways nonsense. And this one is crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bruv. Look at this. First half table. This is where we would be based on where we performed in the table in the first half. Fucking hell. Look at that, bruv. Look at that, man. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, man? Are you seeing what I'm saying? It's only 7 points off top based on how we performed in the first half. And compared to the second half, what's that, like 40 points, man? What does this guy tell them in the half time? What does he tell them at half time? Someone explain to me. What does this guy tell them at half time? I don't understand. Someone, I beg you, someone try to explain to me what this guy says at half time. Because this is getting, I honestly, how can we be that good in the first half, but second half we fall that low? How is that possible? I don't understand. This is what does he actually tell them? Does he not tell them anything? Does he tell them, chill, you're doing fine? I don't understand what this guy says. I don't understand what the guy says, man. As there's a ball out, will take him at City. Of course you will take him at City. I said at the very start of the season, he's good enough to be at the City side. 100% he is. Revive says, Enzo's a baller. I'm telling you, he's just getting funked over. I'm getting fucked over. I bet you bet Manager and Lavia behind him. He's one of the best midfielders in the league. I'm telling you. No doubt about it, man. No doubt about it at all. Beggar Bali was at the game, so he definitely had the chance. Bali is fucking, I feel like that guy is clueless, man. Apparently, he's the one that's got the most control in terms of making the decision whether he's out or not, man. Oh, honestly, bro. Big up Warrior saying Ziad probably happy birthday songs to Poch, and Poch forgot about telling me his plans. Bro, were they having early birthday cake in the fucking in the locker room, bro, at halftime or something? Were they celebrating his birthday? What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? That's 100% the player failing to impact the players. Of course, if you're that good in the first half and the second half you're that shit, it's the manager, bro. What's the manager? What's he doing? What's he doing at half time? And then you got 1 point is important for the team. In 6 days, we've had 3 games, and therefore it is massive. I'm telling you, the biggest problem I had with Graham Potter, the biggest problem right now I've got with Pochettino, and the biggest problem I've got with these sporting directors and owners, they do not know what it's like to be at Chelsea. They don't know what it's like. They don't know what the standards of Chelsea. They don't understand what it's like to be at Chelsea. It's scary. I tell you, our future this is scary. We're gonna get some of the panelists in. I see Scott in the back. I'm gonna bring Scott in because this is scary, man. The future of Chelsea. I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna go from here because this is bad. This is bad. When you've got a manager praising 1 point because of the amount of games we've played, when you've got that we're 7 points off the top in the first half in terms of table, and then you go to how we perform in the second half during games, and we're 40 points off of the top. That's embarrassing. When you look at this passing map, it's embarrassing. Yeah, when you've got Chelsea fans singing Jose Mourinho in the away end, singing "Bowley, Bowley, you know what?" Yeah, telling the manager to fuck off, and this guy is still not sacked. Obviously, I don't expect him to be sacked now. I don't expect him to be sacked tomorrow. But Monday morning, 8 a.m. sharp, that guy should be gone. But will he be gone? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But listen, man, I'm sick of these comments. I'm sick of these players. I'm sick of this manager. Like I said, like the title says, all eyes on the board now, man. It's all eyes on the board. Let's be honest, man. It's all eyes on the board. Let me get this one going. And then we're going to be adding, let's see what's going on here. I can't lie, this is one of the worst managers we've ever had, worse than Scolari, AVP, and Potter. I mean, it's definitely worse than Potter, that's for sure, man. This Potter changed the back 4 that played against us in the Etihad because they played well, in my opinion. So actually played the back 5 or 3 at the back, whatever you want to call it. Chilwell, Colwell, Disasi, Chalobah I think that was his first start of the season, I'm pretty sure. And then Gusto. It's just no consistency. You can start the same players, but we don't know how they're going to perform. We start the same players against City that we did in the final. Complete opposite performance. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, big up Scott. Mr. Scott in the building, man. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. I've calmed down from earlier after the game. Actually, I wasn't even that pissed after the game, to be honest. I just, I've reached the acceptance stage of this season. Yeah, it's just not good enough. But we're used to it with Poch and these players, and just it's just being enabled. And it's not a lot's going to change, unfortunately. Even if we're at the stage, because like today smacked in terms of the lineup of like the same shit Potter was doing last season when he started changing up everything just to protect his job, and it seems like what's his name, Poch is doing the same, because this is the first time we've started in the back three this season.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've started in the back three, and continuing the trend, every single time this season we've gone to a back three in game, we've looked terrible, and that didn't change today. Every player, bar like 2 or 3, was, I'd say, average to terrible. Not really good enough. And yeah, it's a trend, as I said. And it's just, as I said, I just don't, nothing's really going to change at the moment with this manager. But we're nearly at the stage. In fact, we are a month away from being at the same stage Potter was at in terms of the same point in the season before he was sacked.
But I think the key difference is, Scott, that we've got something to play for this season. Well, at least in the owner's eyes, we've got the FA Cup. We're in the quarterfinal against, you could say, a favourable draw. Leicester at home, we probably should be winning on paper, and all of a sudden we're back in Wembley for the semi-final. That I think that's what the way the owners are looking at it. If we're being honest, because it didn't come out that Iqbali was wanting Pochettino to prove everyone wrong in terms of the Carabao Cup. So why wouldn't you do the same for the FA Cup?
I don't know, man. I can't be bothered with this manager and this board and these owners at the moment. Just like it's really annoying because what he's doing as well, and I saw this in Lewis's stream earlier, is it's clouding people's judgment in terms of like where we are at in terms of a club. Like what's so stupid about this is this is easy to turn around. Where we're at as a club is easy to turn around. Like, in terms of going back to challenging for trophies, I genuinely think we could do that in max 2 years. As long as you put the right steps in place, which for me are making sure you get the right players in. I think there's still a couple players we're missing to be able to challenge, mainly striker, left wing, left back. Maybe a couple of other squad pieces, depending on injuries and whatnot. But in terms of starting 11, those 3, you're missing a manager of a top level. I'm not necessarily an elite manager, but, you know, a certain level, like a Xavi Alonso or someone like that, and a similar level at DOF. Those are not hard to get. In fact, you could do all of that next summer if you wanted to. If you cared enough, you could do all of that next summer. But I don't trust this board to. I don't trust this board to get rid of the 2 useless wastes of space they have in the board at the moment. I don't trust them to necessarily get the right manager in next. Like, I hope they do. And obviously, based on the names we're hearing, it looks quite positive outside of like 1 or 2. But I don't know. It's just messed up, and as I said, it's just clouding people's judgment. It's clouding people's judgment on these players as well.
I don't know if this manager's in denial or he's stupid or he's retarded. I don't know which one it is, because the fact that he can say stupid shit like, well done, we've got a point because of the tough games in a short period of time, or to say I didn't really hear the chants, or to say the relationship with the fans is okay. Bro, you're telling me you didn't hear 3,000 people, 2,500, how many it was in the away end, saying fuck off Mauricio? You didn't hear that shit. You haven't laugh.
He's probably lying. It's more like the comments about the point is like that's his mentality. Like been his mentality the whole season. It was his mentality against
Liverpool. It wasn't like that at the start, just Scott, man. It wasn't like that at the start. No, it was in pre-season.
Oh, you talking right at the start? Oh, fair enough.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. The jump when the guy walked in and he understood what it was like up at Chelsea. Because, like I said earlier, I think the main reason Potter struggled, why Pochettino is struggling, why the main focus is on the board and the owners, is that they don't understand that this is not okay and this is not acceptable, and that this is Chelsea Football Club. They don't understand that, and if you don't, you are bound to fail. Let's be honest. You're going to fail. You've got to understand that it's do or die, bro. You're going to have to live up to the expectation, or you will sink. You will literally sink.
100%. But it's like, I do agree, but it's also a case of like, excuse me. I know. I think actually mentality is kind of the main issue, but I don't understand with this manager. You'd have thought that he'd have learned, like you'd have thought that some things would have changed, you know, across his tenure as being a manager. That normally happens with most managers. They learn and they adapt. but he just doesn't seem to, and I just can't explain why. But yeah, just I said it's not good enough, and as I said, like just eyes are on the board at the moment, and the owners because they're not doing anything. Whether it's Egg Barley making the decisions, whether it's Bowley, like whoever it is, I don't care, but something needs to be done. But the problem we've also got on the other hand is it too late? Because I can kind of understand the argument of it might be too late. Not definitely it is, but it might be.
Too late to get rid of him. How could it be too late?
As in, when I say too late, right, as in too late to make a meaningful difference for the rest of this season, is what I mean. Like, I can kind of understand the argument. I don't know where I fall on it, because, like, I keep changing my mind on that, like, every week or so. Like, I could fall on either side, but I can understand it to an extent, like, why people feel that way. Because you are getting nearly to the point of where it was for Potter. But yeah, and you see
Scott,
the other teams around us picking up points. We're almost at the stage where even if we change manager, we'll have lost so much ground on those around us that even if we're able to pick up points, the best we can do is 7th in the league.
But Scott, I'll tell you why it's not too late. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Last year when under Potter, we weren't only 12th, but we were actually closer to the relegation zone than we were to the top. Correct?
Yes,
Right.
I think so.
I'm pretty sure we were like borderline relegation, and there was no sight of even. I don't remember us being any in sight of top 7, right? Where we are now. Okay, and we weren't in the Carabao Cup, we weren't in the FA Cup, we got knocked out by Man City. The Champions League, we literally drew Real Madrid straight away. We knew we weren't going to win that. So in that case, there was nothing to achieve. We weren't going to win a cup, and we weren't going to get to a respectful position in the league. Right now, we can still win this FA Cup, whether people like or not. We can still win this FA Cup, and we can still finish in a respectful position. It's not going to be good enough, right? But it's going to be respectful when you take in consideration Chelsea's history, right? We might even get fucking 6th, right? We might get 6th. You never know what Aston Villa might do. They might drop, right? So that, in my case, that's why it's not too late. You get him out now. You finish 6th. Finish 7th, and you win the FA Cup. It's not an amazing season, but considering what the fuck we've been through, I bloody take that. Then what I think is going to happen is we're not going to continue like a yo-yo, be so inconsistent that we're going to win games. We're going to get to maybe 8th. We're going to lose. The other teams win. We're going to go back to 11th. It's going to be this fucking inconsistently bounce for the rest of the season. And then we're going to end up getting knocked out in the FA Cup because this guy's not good enough. Because that's where he's going to take us from there.
The other issue I have about getting rid of him is, number one, is I feel like we'd have to get an interim. Personally, Facts. I don't think we could do the permanent thing, because I don't. Unless you're just gonna say unless you're gonna get someone like a Flick in and just say these next few months don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what the results are, doesn't matter anything. Just get a style of play in place. Get this team together, get them playing like a team, and get a style in play. It doesn't matter where you finish. It doesn't matter what you win. Like, this season doesn't matter. Unless you're going to do that, I can kind of hear that. The other issue I have is, if we're doing the interim thing, do you trust these guys to get the right appointment for an interim?
I mean, like, I don't know if I trust. I mean, everything's such a gamble, bro. It's like no matter how you look at it, right? It's like a gamble. Big up, by the way, Scott. Nice to see you, Ziad.
Big up to you, brother.
It's just such a gamble. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like no matter how you look at it, even no matter what intern you bring in, it's like it's just a gamble regardless. And then if you like the problem with the way that we're looking at coaches right now, right? And Scott, mind you, like, my thoughts personally on what I think about Flick and how highly I think of Flick, but where his availability is, right? And personally, like, what his personal availability is for teams. So, like, if just him aside, right? All the other guys that we're looking at have release clauses on their contracts. De Zerbi, Amarin, they all got release clauses on their contracts. So it's like, all right, so, like, realistically, it's probably more realistic that we go with one of these guys that have a release clause on their contract that we can trigger. It won't cost us anything against us, FFP, from my knowledge. And you move forward that way. And I think it's better to do it like Ziad. I'm pretty sure Ziad said do it early, but do it early because then you get your pick of the litter. Xavi's not leaving till the end of the season. Tuchel's not leaving till the end of the season. Like, you sack Poch and then you get your pick of the litter at first, and then you trigger the guy that you want to get at that point and move forward with one of those guys. And Scott, I kind of agree with what you're saying though as well. Like, you can't have overblown expectations for someone that's going to come in with 15 games left in the season, right? Like, if he can get further if he can do better in the cup in the end, then that would be the one thing that I would look most forward to towards the season. But a lot of these teams that are above us from 10th to 7th, it's like a 4-point gap. Sack them now and give somebody a chance.
But this is it, Joe. I just said it on Mo's channel. Yeah, big up to Mo. Listen, this season and this league, it's not a great league. I'm sorry. The fact that we are this bad and we're 1 win or 4 points away from 7th is just ridiculous. The fact that Aston Villa and Unai Emery are doing what they're doing and sitting high up the table, I'm sorry, that speaks volumes on this season. Which is why, compared to last season, I don't think we were anywhere near the top. We had nothing to play for. Right now, like I said, we can still win the FA Cup and we can still finish in the top 6, top 7. That's respectful, right?
But
not embarrassing.
You know what it is with Unai Emery that's really, really frustrating. It's not even like all right, like, I think Ollie Watkins is a good player. Okay, I know Diaby is a good player, but they don't have like this overblowing fantastic squad. Like, it's not a squad of like players that you would just automatically in the beginning of the season say that squad is good enough to make top 4. But they're competent and they have a system. That's all we've been asking for over a couple of years now. We haven't seen it pretty much after the Champions League final that we won with Tuchel. We haven't had a system.
Yeah.
That's all most of us are asking for, is a system, that style of play. That's all we're asking for.
And I think
Give someone an overblown preseason with the end of this season. Get as many points as you can, get as high as you can in the table. But if you put a style of play in, look what it's doing for Tottenham. Look what it's doing for Villa. I smoke weed, my dude. That's all. I smoke weed. I did have a drink earlier today too, though.
Big up, Joe. Go on, Scott. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, the thing I think that we all agree with is, regardless of whether Poch stays between now and the end of the season, goes whatever, they should be doing their due diligence on managers now, because Joe's right. Like, we're in a position where this summer there is going to be at least 3, maybe more, big jobs available in Bayern, Liverpool, and what's it called?
Barcelona.
Thank you. You've got those 3 available. Logic dictates the Leverkusen job is going to be available because Alonso will go to one of those 3, probably more of those 2. The Leverkusen job, for me, if I'm a manager, that's a good job. That's an enticing job. You've got a squad that's probably going to have just won the league. You've got a squad you can build on, and you've got players there you can work with. You've got something you can build with there as a manager. So if I'm a Schlott, for example, or an Amorim, maybe I don't want to make quite the full step up to a Chelsea. A Bayer Leverkusen is perfect for me. That's the next logical step up, because that might get me the Bayern job in a couple of years, or it might get me a bigger job in a couple of years. That's a good step up, you know. You might have other jobs. Ancelotti, I'm not saying he's going to get sacked, but he could decide to retire. You never know. He could decide to go to manage Brazil, because I know it was reported. Like, we don't know. That could become available. Luis Enrique, we know how PSG are. Like, these things could come available. So do it now and have something in place where, like, okay, Flick, we go and get you. Cool. It doesn't matter that the Barcelona job's coming available because you're already our manager. Amarin. Cool. It's all good. Like, you can finish the league with Sporting, finish the league with them, win everything, whatever. Cool. Like, as soon as that's done, you're our manager. As soon as you've won the league, have a party, do whatever you need to do, and then you're coming to Chelsea to address the situation. Like, that's what you need to do. You need to do that, like, due diligence straight away.
From the way that reporting's been happening, it sounds like they've already been doing that. Like, I feel like it's been happening since before right after the cup final. It seemed like that was the case. Like the reports of Amarin coming out over the last week are not out of coincidence. That's out of them actually inquiring on what his availability is. Like,
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I just don't see like that. It just like they went to Sporting before and they almost tried to buy the entire damn club. You don't think that they're gonna go and try to tap that market again while they're about to win the title again? That's the one thing that most people like when I'm sitting here talking about Amarin, like, they try to buy the entire goddamn club, not less than 6 months ago.
But
Now they're about to win the title. You don't think that they'll go and try to trigger the clause to just try to pick up the guy that's led them there twice in 3 years? Like, that's to me, it's just the one. It's either him or De Zerbi in the end. Like, those are the two that I see are the most logical two in my head. Like, Flick is the one that excites me the most, right? That's the one that brings me the most calmness because of his experience in winning titles. But an Amarin right now or a De Zerbi right now are probably the two that fit the most likely, in my opinion. Those are the two that I would see are most likely.
you see, Joe, bro, we can have this conversation about managers all day. We know the manager is not good enough, and the manager can easily go and come. But I think we need to have an honest conversation about these players. Me, I've stayed. I feel like these players are good enough, right? I've had people tell me if Jurgen Klopp walked into this team at the start of the season, we'd be sitting 8th right now. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's an embarrassing take. To say we would be 8th with Jurgen Klopp with this squad is embarrassing, right? But you see here Rivard saying that I think the team is better than the UCL winning team. You say Jackson over Werner, Mount, Kunku over Mount, Palmer over Havertz, Enzo or Labia.
If you look at majority of the team, right? If you look at majority of the team, I actually like that. That's a very good comparison to make right now, right? That's a very good comparison to make because minus if you take out the Christensen and Rudiger factor, right? If you take out those two, because those are the two like obvious ones that are better than what we have right now. Okay, if you take out those two, probably right. This team is probably on like paper better than
what we had. Scott, you think this team's good enough for top 4?
If we had a system, bro. But here's the other thing: like January,
the way
that we handled January was just unacceptable. It's just unacceptable, in my opinion. Like, you can't go into the remaining portion of the season with just Jackson. When Nkunku, you can't make Nkunku just a striker because you want to make him a striker.
Yeah,
it just that's the thing. You're forcing players into positions. Once again, we're talking about this again. We're forcing players into positions they're not supposed to be in. If you tell me that Christopher Nkunku had the chances that Conor Gallagher had in that final, you don't think he puts one of those away?
Yeah.
Going back to your question, I do think I don't know. Top 4, I don't know. Top 6, yes. Like this
Top
team
6
is
for
at
sure.
least a top 6 team.
For sure.
The problem we having in terms of players, because I do agree that like some of these players maybe aren't to the level that they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem I have is the way that this team is set up. Like we had a debate about it today on Lewis's stream. I look at a guy like Caicedo, right? And for me, like I look at the game today, for example. I made a mistake on Lewis's stream when I said I might have said he was bad. I didn't mean to say he was bad. I just don't think he was that good. But I don't put a lot of blame on that for him because he spent most of the game 1v3 or 1v4. There is a certain ceiling you're going to have as a player in terms of performance if you're like having that every game. It's damn near impossible to have an excellent game if you've got that situation every time. And you might once in a while, but I'm saying on average, it's more likely you're not going to have that sort of game if you're 1v4 every game. And I think that's the thing. And I look at a guy like Palmer, again, a very talented player, but he has like recently turned into a guy who wants to take loads of touches, wants to try and do everything all by himself because we've made him into that. He has to do everything by himself because, especially with Nkunku not being here, he's the only one in the team.
Back, man.
Yeah, he's the only one in the attack who's probably going to do something based on his talent. Like Jackson might score a goal, Sterling might chip in, Gallagher might do something here and there, Enzo maybe, but like he's the one consistent in attack who more often than not will do something, whether it's open a defense, score a goal, get an assist, whatever, right? And he's a 21-year-old kid in his first full season of consistent football. But you can't have that expectation on him. I don't have that expectation on Nkunku, who's older and better. I shouldn't have that expectation on Palmer. That's an expectation you have on a Hazard, on a Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Bale, these level of players in their prime. Like,
well, fucking Potts calling him Di Maria lifted it, made his head too big.
And it's like, you can't do that. So, yeah, the problem is, like, a lot of these players, I think, some of them might not be quite as good as we first thought. I'm not saying they're crap, but I'm not saying, like, they're just not quite as good as we first imagined. But I think so much of it comes down to the fact of these guys just look lost. And they're not at the level, and this will happen when you have young players, they're not really at the level where they can put a team on their back. And even if they are at that level, you can't expect that because that's ludicrous.
But I don't see why we have to build a team where one individual has to carry the team. If you're gonna have a good team,
we shouldn't.
Everyone has to play their part. 100%, everyone has to play their part.
Here's the problem, Ziad. Here's the problem. There's no patterns of play, so then it ends up turning into that like, all right, we're down 2-1. Let me put the team on my back. Like that's what happened today.
Yeah,
that's what happened today. Like, but there's no patterns of play to create anything. So then let me put the team on my back. He said, fuck it. Excuse my language, but he said, fuck it. I'm not going to the left wing and making a cross. I'm going to take this ball from Mudryk and make the cross myself. Like, that's what he did.
Yeah, I mean, look, listen, a big part of this, and I think the biggest thing I'm worried about is these owners, man, and these board directors. And you got rich money makers, big up that name, man. A close friend of mine who knows somebody on Chelsea board, and the information I'm getting from my friend is that they are concerned about the sport directors. Great point, Scott, and I'm a big Chelsea fan. Big up to you, brother. And then you got Jerome. The board have to go with Poch. They are nowhere close to being deal of an elite club like Chelsea. These clowns have never built anything to win. I don't think their scouting in terms of players has been that bad. Like when people say our players are shit or our players are not this, I don't see a lot of players that I can say you're definitely not good enough for Chelsea.
No, it's a change of mindset now, though, right, Ziad?
That's the problem. Yeah.
Right now, you have to have a change of mindset for the next transfer window. Like, all right, you got your young kids in. Okay, we get it. You got your young kids in.
Yeah, like
go get a 25-year-old. Make your next 3 signings 25 plus.
Yeah,
24 to 28.
That transfers the team.
Make your next 3 signings that age range. Nothing changed. Everything's back to normal. We have
And the thing is,
a team that's around 25, age range of 25, 26, 24, 25. Everybody's a year older. They have a year more of experience. Everyone's around the 25, 26, 27 range. We'll be fine. But that's why the January window it troubled me so much. You get rid of a left back. We have two left backs injured. You don't bring in another left back. The left back that does come back, that's not injured, that came back from his injury, hasn't been good enough for a year and a half. You expect him to be better, and he's not. You send the one left back up. You send one of your left backs out on loan. He's scoring goals for the other team every week. He has G&A. Every week the kid has G&A. Yeah. We transferred. We bring back Fofana. And now we have 3 strikers on the team. One of them gets some game time finally. He looks like garbage, but he gets some game time. Instead of selling the guy, we send him on loan. Not only do we send him on loan, we send the other guy on loan. Now we only have 1 striker on the team. We don't get another striker.
Mm-hmm. And the guy you do have who can maybe step up into that spot, who Poch started talking about like 3 weeks ago, is playing for the Premier League 2 team, can't get minutes.
Fucking hell, man. Then you got big up JC, man. Big up JC in the comments. Big up Jed Habibi. So away fans turn. Well, today was crazy. Today was mad, man. Telling Bowley you're a you know what, Mourinho chance. Bowley fuck off. Mauricio Pochettino fuck off. That is crazy.
I was gonna say the Mourinho one was the one for me where it's like the Bowley one. They've been going at
the Bowley one. I'm sorry, surely Scott. Bowley, fuck off. Like that's mad.
But as in they've been going at the owners the whole season, like the whole Roman stuff. You know why they're doing that, right? But today was the first time I can remember they went after the manager. They fully went after him and told them what.
Yeah. Tell him to fuck off.
That's what I'm saying. We're like that feels like a turning point, at least a little bit.
So here's the thing with the owners that I feel. Here's because Ravage asked a question. I gotta make sure that I say this the way that I say this. You can go at Bowley all you want. He's here for 10 years. He knows he's here for 10 years. Okay, they don't need to sell, and it's not Bowley that technically needs to sell. It's Clear Lake Capital. First and foremost, okay? Let's make that all clear. Bowley only owns 20%. He's just a face. Clear Lake Capital owns majority of our club. Okay, let's make that clear first. Bowley is definitely to blame for the way that this season has gone. Okay? That's fine. If you want to go at him the way that you're going at him, that's fine. Getting him out the club isn't going to do anything. Okay? You saying you want him out the club isn't going to do anything. Okay? That's the one thing that I keep on saying and I keep on going at.
We got Joey. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, big up Hassam, Habibi Hassam. Look where he's got them to spam, bro. Yeah. Oh my God. Respect. Come on, can we have some respect in Thomas Tuchel's name, please, ladies and gentlemen?
He came in first too to say it. He let
them Yo, Winter, what's going on, bro? Winter Surfer. What's happening, bro? You're supposed to be on our side. Winter Surfer, right? Oh, come on, man. You're supposed to be on our side, Andrew. Look, I can't even control the
No. Here's the thing. I'm kind of with him there.
No. Big up Ravage, man. Respect Tuchel, but I can't even click on his chat. This chat is moving mad. Big up Habibi Hassam, man. Big up for the raid. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to Hassam, then I don't know what's wrong with you lot, man. You lot are lost if you're not already subscribed, man. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Hassam's channel. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to my channel. Road to 1K is officially on the road. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and show some love. But I was going to click on a comment. Okay, it's right there. Just quickly, Joe, before you continue, you're in England. Can you ask fans to dig out the? I'm guessing that was a Tuchel banner, wasn't it?
No, not Dutch. It's German. Sorry, Deutsch. German.
That was a Tuchel banner, no?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So yeah, how convenient is that? As soon as these frauds come and spamming Tuchel's things, JC wants us to bring out the banner. I'll bring out the banner if I've got any control. Listen, JC, if I had any control, I would bring out that banner and make sure that guy returns to my club, man. Listen, man. Of course, JC, look at that. They're scared. Liverpool fans are scared of him coming back. Tuchel's got the minerals, bro. Johnny Minerals ain't got no minerals. Tuchel's got the minerals, bro. Big up to everyone, man. I appreciate you, Hassan, for the raid. 195 of you in here, man. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing. Show some love to the channel. Look, here we go. Look at this guy. Mikel Arteta is number 1. 1.4. Okay, this guy's bringing up numbers now. 1.47 billion for 1.31 billion with Badiashile, Disasi, Kuka. I'm not reading all that, man. How did this guy actually read all that? Those fees and basic wages, not
Man
appearances.
included Saar.
Man, Saar, bro. No, this fraud. Look at this fraud, bro. I shouldn't
What?
even add you, bro. I shouldn't even
Tuchel
add you
stinks.
anymore.
Tuchel stinks. I don't know why you
What do you
can't
mean
accept
Tuchel stinks? How can Tuchel stink?
Tuchel stinks.
He came to
stinks.
Chelsea Football Club and owned Europe, bro. What are you talking about, man? He
Tuchel
owned
stinks.
Europe,
Yeah,
man.
He was
You're
great for
spot. You
7
got
games.
to be on my pit. You got to be on. Oh my days, bro. Look at this.
Tuchel
They're still
stinks.
going. They're still going.
Tuchel
They haven't
stinks.
stopped
I want
yet.
it in the chat. Tuchel stinks. Yes.
Look, but that's the only comment I'm seeing right now. Tuchel stinks. I can't say
we
anything
told
else.
we told him to say it in the chat. Yeah, we told him to say it. Tuchel stinks.
Bloody hell! Look at this.
Make
Guys,
sure you
we
hit the
said-
like button
we
if
said-
you're gonna do that. Though.
What will rattle Ziad more? Not Poch in. I
At least
put
hit
no.
the like button.
Tuchel stinks. Tuchel stinks. Tuchel
Hit the
stinks.
like
He's
button.
still going. This guy hasn't stopped. Hassam, yani khalas, for him now, wallah,
He
yani, we get the
stinks.
point, bro. He doesn't stink. He bloody bossed Europe for us. You know what? I need to get a bloody, what you call it for him, man. I need to get a picture for him, man. And dog, bro. Listen, man. I need to get a fucking banner for this guy, man. A banner on my thing, man. Oh, look at Poch stinks. Facts. Spam Poch stinks in the comments, man. Poch stinks. Hold that, bro. Third best manager, my arse.
Poch and Tuchel stinks. Put that. Poch and Tuchel stinks.
No. High winter. Look at Letty. Big up Letty, man. Yeah, man. Listen, Andrew, welcome to the stream, brother. We've been talking about the manager as usual, but listen, the stream is called All Eyes on the Board now because I'm scared. I don't know about you lot, but I'm scared about the future. I don't know where this board is going to take us. I said it multiple times. I don't think they know what it's like to run a club, a big club at least. I think they know. They think what's going on right now is okay. Andrew, talk to me. Like, where are we going in the future? Are they gonna make the same mistake that they did with Graham Potter and they did with Pochettino? Are they not gonna learn? Like, what's gonna happen? Are we gonna be like this for the rest of our until they're here? How long it is? 10 years, whatever it is. Are we in trouble, Andrew? Are we in trouble?
I think, like you said, my mind's made up about the manager and the board and the directors. So my focus is on the owners, not owners out rubbish that people say, but that this whole thing needs to change. This whole, whatever you want to call it, a process, direction, it needs to change. The whole focus needs to change. We need to get a real good, big boy sporting director who knows how to run a club, who knows how to do that. There was reports this week that Liverpool wanted to offer Michael Edwards the entire, or he wants to run everything football-wise at Liverpool. We should be offering that to Michael Edwards right now. That's what we should be doing. And then he should be the one hiring a manager. The manager and sporting directors need to go, and that's what all focuses on the owners. And you know what? It's okay for them to come out at the end of the season and go, do you know what? Or even think, you know what? We got it wrong. We tried this thing for 18 months. We went one side too much, but we were following, the direction of the directors as you're supposed to do. But we now understand that we've gone too far in terms of our recruitment, in terms of who we recruited. We don't need to recruit any more young players anymore for like the starting lineup or the squad. So we need to full focus on getting more experienced players, but quality experienced players, whether they start or in the squad. That's what we need to do. We need to make sure we have a very good striker in the summer. Whether you want to buy a more experienced or better goalkeeper, that's up to you. But that's what we need to do. But the sooner that but my focus now will be on the home fans now. The away fans, you've done your bit. The away fans, you've done your bit. It's the home fans now. I need you to actually start doing, if you're going to stop talking about it and start doing, like throwing out banners that say Poch out and directs out, whatever, walk out during the game. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. Something needs to be done. Okay? Because everyone's all talk online. They all talk online, in spaces, on streams. Yeah, we're going to do this and this needs to happen, but no one actually does anything. But the owners are not always going to be at the away games. I don't even know why they were at this away game. I know it's in Brentford, but I just don't know why he was at even
down the road. Down the road.
I don't know, but it needs to be done. No threats of violence. No, telling them they're a C word and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Just this needs to change. Very simple. It needs to change. However you do that, stop raising money for players who don't deserve banners, and start putting actual messages on these banners that say Poch out, or it's not good enough and we need to change, or something like that. Because it needs to be done especially when we have like really like worldwide televised games as well. Do you know what I mean? Like the one like with the Newcastle game coming up, all eyes will be fixed on us on that game. There's no other game that day in the world like that. All eyes will be fixed on that. You know, if you want to start doing the posters, say Poch out, the board out, then talking about when Stanley Stewart, no problem. Start doing that. Start actually doing a bit of activity instead of talking about it. Whilst it's not going to change. And I want Poch and the directors to go because they all deserve to go. But I don't know when they're going to if they're going to do this. There's more chance that Poch goes than either the directors go. But I don't want them picking the new manager. I don't trust their judgment.
But Andrew, this is the scary part that I don't see change because I just see them lowering the standard consistently. It went from he has to prove everyone wrong and win the Carabao Cup to all of a sudden now prove everyone wrong and win the FA Cup. Like even if he wins the FA Cup, what does that achieve? What does that show?
What does it matter if we win the FA Cup or 11th? Well, who cares?
But this is it. This is what I was telling Scott and Joey earlier. You make the change now. We can still finish 6th or 7th. I still believe that, right? And we can still win the FA Cup. We've got a favourable draw against Leicester at home. We should be.
In my opinion, here's the thing. In my opinion, here's the thing. In the end, bro, Winter Surfer. Here's the thing, bro. Like, no matter which way we go, even if you do get go get a new one of these managers, there's only a handful of managers you could really pick from in the end. Okay, there's really only a handful that are really out there and available. All right, there's 3 or 4 of them that you could really look at, and 2 of them have release clauses. All right, 2 of them have release clauses,
and they wouldn't come mid-season.
If you do it, or if you sack Poch now, all the other teams that are gonna need coaches, their managers are waiting until the end of the season to leave.
Yeah,
we don't have to have that as an option. We can just get rid of him. Okay, we don't have to have that as an option. Then you go and you find the person now. You go and you get your guy now. If it's fucking De Zerbi, if it's an Amarin, if it's one of these guys, awesome, whatever. But those are the 2 that are most likely that I keep on saying. Those are the 2 that are most likely are going to be our next coach. That's
this guy you want to send this again, bro? Including Malang Sarr. I think he's including wages to the fee.
Including Chilwell as well.
Yeah, bro, the guy is including the wages.
Basic wages to people's prices. Basic wages to people's prices, bro.
£28 million contract for basic wage. Jesus.
8-year deal, so he's counting every single penny that is spent. But that doesn't happen when we're talking about Arsenal. That doesn't happen when we're talking. What's Declan Rice on, my guy? 400 million in the end.
Okay, plus the 105 million to West Ham. Fuck it, bro.
What is he on? 400 million then?
Yeah,
bro. Anyway, man, let's ignore Arsenal, man. Let's ignore Arsenal. But listen to this, man. This is the problem. Will they do it? This is I don't know. Is it going to be too late even after we get a new manager? Like, will they ever grasp the fact that this is Chelsea Football Club and that they've got to make big decisions and live up to Chelsea football? Like, this is the scary part. Because the players and managers go. They come and go, and it's easy to replace them. But a sporting director, in our eyes, it's easy to replace, but maybe not in the owner's eyes. They're not going to say, yeah, you two fuck off, let's get this guy in, and boom, that's it, we're done. That it's not as easy as done, okay? The players, you can get rid of them.
I understand.
You know what I mean, Andrew?
I think the only reason he's not been sacked is that we're still in the FA Cup.
Exactly that, which is embarrassing,
because if you remember, it was around this time or near enough or going on to the next few weeks that we sacked Potter, but we won in any cup competition.
It was a month from now.
I think it was the second, right? We won,
second of April.
Andrew, yeah.
We were still in the Champions League. Remember, we were still in the Champions. That's why he wasn't sacked. We were still in the Champions League under Potter. As soon as we're out, wait.
No. He was sacked, and we were still in the Champions League. Lampard took us against Real Madrid. The point is, we were nowhere near any 7th in the league. We were like, I asked Scott this. We were pretty much closer to relegation than we were to top 6.
We hadn't reached 40 points.
Right. We were out of the Carabao Cup. We were out of the FA Cup.
You haven't.
Even though these boards they're stupid, they're not stupid enough to think that we're going to win the Champions League, which is why they got rid of him. But now they think this FA Cup is going to save the season. That is scary, Andrew. If they think and their standard is an FA Cup, right, and 11th or 12th place is good enough. That is scary. So bring someone in that can get us 6th, get us 7th, and win the fucking FA Cup, and then take us forward next season.
Here's the thing. I think they think let me give them an out and saying I think they'll win the FA. They'll like to win the FA Cup, but we finished 10th or 11th. You'll still go, even if you win the FA Cup. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a Van Gaal situation. I know you finished like 5th or 6th or something like that, but that's what I'm thinking. That they think we'll win the FA Cup, we'll get something, but hopefully he still needs to go, because there's no justification for him staying here if we're 10th. There's no justification for him staying now. Do you know what I mean? Whether you're in the FA Cup or not, we all joke like, "Oh, let's hire an interim just to win the FA Cup." Do you know what I mean? Like just for the FA Cup games, and he can just do the league ones. But you're right. There needs to be. They need to take a hard look from now. Well, they should have been doing already and go, okay, we're now 2 years in. We're facing the prospect of finishing again 10th or 11th or 12th again this season. We spent all of this money. We brought in a guy who we thought something or we were told something. He's not actually doing it. What we were told by these guys who we hired sporting directors, we followed their lead, because you're not telling me Bowley's doing or Igbali doing any fucking coaching, scouting of any players or know who they're buying or stuff like that. That's all in the recommendation of the directors. So they need to just take a look and go, this isn't working. It's easy to admit that, but you've got to put the action in. You've got to put the words into action. Go out there, go to Michael Edwards or whoever is out there available, sporting director wise, who's very experienced working at a big club or even at wherever in Europe, and say to them, this is what we want. We're going to give you total run of footballing operations. It's your job to find the manager. How are we going to play? How we're going to play from now on?
Andrew,
what we're going to do? Who suits that?
If they want to follow the Red Bull thing, by the way, and this is my number one for sporting, well, number two actually, because Edwards probably my number one. If they want to follow the Red Bull thing, go and hire the man who built it.
Yes.
Ranić.
Yes, hire Ranić.
Bro's coaching Austria. Man can do both at the same time. And the thing is, what he can do as well is what you can do with him is go and get someone. And even if you want to keep Winstanley or Stewart, right? Say Stewart's his number 2. He can teach Stewart how to do the elite level stuff. Like how to build that stuff and everything. Yes. Like go and get the guy who built the Red Bull system.
Yeah. And if you want even more help.
If you're going to have 2 guys, you might as well have one really experienced one teach.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly.
That's what happened at Red Bull. Like Vivel, Freud, not Freud. That's
it's Freund. It's Freund. Yeah.
Him. There's a couple of others I forgot. They all learned off of Ranić. Like they learn off of him, and that's the thing is you have someone who learns off him. Then when Ranić leaves, because he inevitably will, like then you've got a guy who's learned all the business under him who can take over.
And also, if that doesn't work, if he doesn't want to join, I don't care what he says. Get Luis Campos at PSG. Yep. He says, "Oh, we want to stay there." Let's see how really committed he is to that project now. Mbappe is going. Let's really see how. Do you know what I mean? Let's see how
Andrew,
really.
Even if you want to, like, even if he doesn't want to leave, he already spent half of this season doing 2 jobs. He was at Celta Vigo for the first half of this season as well, being a consultant for them. He only just left recently.
So when the question I asked, right, because I'm already kind of feeling it, right? I think we all agree that the reason this guy is still here is because of this FA Cup final, right? For me, that's embarrassing and that's quite scary, right? So when are we gonna actually have to turn, right? Andrew, you talk about
turning now.
No, but on the board, right?
No, it should be now. Sole focus should be on the owners in terms of not owners out rubbish or this thing. Make the changes. This is not working. You can clearly see it's not working. Every owner is one good appointment away from turning their club around. They're only one good, right? Okay, you're over 2 for managers. The first one, I'll give you a bit of leeway. You installed the sporting directors or something like that. We were in a panic. You went for who was hot in the Premier League. It was Graham Potter. The second one, I blame more on directors. You had 2 months of vetting for Poch. You knew what the plan was. He knew what the plan was. He hasn't set it out for you. But we need our directors and recruitment of what we've recruited are in direct mirror images of our directors because they're inexperienced as well. We've recruited a lot of inexperienced players by inexperienced directors. No one had heard of the Brighton lot.
Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, right? Like, we also got to put it all this. There's all perspective in all this, right? Like, there's a whole perspective in it, because, like, also, like, the way that it was approached now with these sporting directors, and I said this earlier, the way it was approached originally is it's a long-term project, right? We went from being one of the oldest teams in the league to one of the youngest teams in the league in 6 months, bro. Like in let's say 18 months, we went from one of the literally the oldest team in the league to one of the youngest teams in the league. Okay, I get it, right? We're in growing pains.
Yeah.
The current manager that is trying to get us through these growing pains isn't putting a system in play for us to even have anything to happen. Anything. Even him taking us to a final, like, wasn't based off of our style.
A great cup run. It wasn't a great cup run.
Based off of us just having a couple of players dragging us through some of these games.
Yeah.
Now that you've gotten the average age down, you have to now supplement that with leadership.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to bring in guys with the mentality that they want to win, and it will spread throughout the club. That's one of the main reasons why I want Victor Osimhen. Okay. That's one of my main reasons why I want him. Okay. Because you look at him, and you looked at him out in Nigeria when he's out there with Nigeria, and you just see the will of a man who wants to win. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the type of mentality that spreads throughout a club. That's that's the type of shit that spreads throughout a club. Now you need to get 3 or 4 guys who are going to be your mentality monsters that are going to change, that are going to take some of these other players and drag them through some of these hard times, where you can feel they're going to get dragged through some of these hard times. You say there's guys on every good team on every good team, there's a couple of them. On every good team. Mo Salah is the one that I can just from the get-go, like, you can just see, there's games he's gonna drag you through. And with that mentality to want to win, you need culture changers. That's what you need. Like in basketball, that's what they're called. They're called culture changers. You need culture changers for this team at this point. You have the talent. Now you need culture changers. You need guys who are going to come in and make the team a winning team, wanting to win. Because that's the way that this team is right now. They're just satisfied with where they are.
Right, and I always,
that's because of the manager.
That's right. The manager. We all know the team reflects the manager.
Right.
And
here's the thing, right, Andrew? Here's the thing, right, Andrew? It's when we were. Someone brought this up earlier. We had when it was Didier, Lampard, Terry. It didn't matter who the manager was.
Yeah.
It was a mentality that was bred through.
Yeah, it was already built in. Yeah, it was already built in. Yeah. That's what we need to. But that's why. Probably this season was more important to do that, because you could actually start doing that and build from it. Now everyone's going to go, oh, but the only manager you're going to get like a De Zerbi and Amorim. Those are the only type of managers out there now. The rest are too old and set in their ways.
No,
so
but
you're going to have
to. Andrew, whoa. We don't have to settle for this up and coming.
No, I'm not talking about settling. I'm talking about the type of managers out there.
It's about what's available.
what's available.
Is Hansi
Those are
Flick
the
not
only
available?
managers.
Is Thomas
Who?
Tuchel not
Once
available?
again, everyone
Flick's in
keeps
that.
on bringing that name up, right? Everyone keeps bringing that name
Flick's
up.
in that conversation with those two. That type of manager. He's in that conversation. I'm talking about the new boat managers. He's in that because we don't know Flick apart from Bayern Munich. Let's face it, right? We don't know Flick apart from Bayern Munich, right? He had that great run, okay. But what I'm talking about, you're talking about De Zerbi, you're talking about Amorim, you're talking about Xabi Alonso, you're talking about the Girona manager might pop up and something like that. You're talking about Inzaghi at Inter Milan or something like that. Those are the type of managers that's out. That's the manager market. People have to get their minds suited to that. These like names you're talking about are done. Like an Ancelotti doesn't want to leave Ancelotti alone. He doesn't want to do this type of job. He's earned the right not to do it. Zidane does not want to work in England. Get Zidane out of your mind as well.
Only wants to put.
Simeone,
You're
not replacing Simeone.
or he wants Atletico. Those
Let me-
I was going to say, the only job he's leaving for is Inter. Also, yeah, with the Zidane thing, this is a guy who's been out of work now for 2 years, 3 years.
Zidane who done that. He didn't even win the league that many times with Real Madrid, and that Real Madrid
He won Champions League 3 times in a row.
That Real Madrid squad. Let's be honest.
No, I don't care. No, I don't care. Like,
right?
Anyway, big up. Let me just big up Andrew. Appreciate you, brother. I got Casually's link in the description, man. Big up to Andrew for joining us, man. And you got look at these lot. Big up Cianak in the comments. Yo, Ziad, you're not a stack in subs. I'm guessing that's 1,000 in America. A stack. Let's get a like up, man. Let's get a subscribe and share, people. Big up to Cianak, man. Guys, 160 people in here. Make sure you guys are like and subscribing, man. Road to 1K subs is on. 68 likes. Big up to Mr. Prime for joining us. We'll get you involved, sir. And then look at this, AMD. Listen, brother, I know you're an Arsenal fan, but we're literally saying it. My title is called All Eyes on the Board now. It's not, of course, it's about sporting directors. Of course, about the board members. It's not only about Poch because we're sick of blaming Poch. Poch is done and over, man. We know the guy's not good enough. Mr. Prime.
In the water, bro. He's already
dead in the water, bro.
Dead fish swimming at this point.
Prime, talk to me, brother. Listen, are you anywhere like? Listen, for me, I'm worried about this future, man. I think these clubs, these owners, they've set the bar this low, and that's where they're working at. Yeah, I don't see how they're going to take it up to the next level. If they're only keeping this guy because of an FA Cup and we're sitting 11th in the league, that's embarrassing. Talk to me, Prime.
My guy Patrick Vieira. Okay. The board. I do have question marks on that, like whether it's the board or the people who are in charge of the hiring and firing of managers. That is a problem. Not even go back even to the shortlist they had. How are all those managers being? I said that at the time. All those managers being on a shortlist, to me, doesn't make sense. Why is Poch on a shortlist with Vieira, or not Vieira, Company, who at that time only had one season being a manager? Luis Enrique, who's been managing for like a very long time. And the last notable thing he did in football was when he won a treble with Barcelona back in, when was that? 2016, 2015?
2015,
something like that, yeah.
2015.
You have Nagelsmann, who's good up and coming. That's someone who I wanted, by the way. Like Arne Slot and Ange, who look how well he's doing at Spurs now, to be fair. But like all those managers on the shortlist to me doesn't make sense. They don't play similar style of football. They don't have the same philosophy, and they would have different requirements. That's why now Enrique said he wanted more experience in the squad. Poch was supposed to be the manager who can grow and develop young players. Like it's all differing requirements for all of them.
There's 3 other managers that you didn't mention, and all of them are very similar to Poch.
Yeah, I know, but I'm only saying like they all should not be together on a shortlist. Company shouldn't be on a shortlist. He doesn't have the experience.
Yeah, Company was one that I didn't
Company
understand.
should have never been there. Yeah.
Nagelsmann was one of
You're
the
talking like Nagelsmann.
No, I wanted Nagelsmann. I remember arguing with people. I remember arguing with people saying Nagelsmann should have been the guy we went for. People kept telling me, no, it's Poch. Nagelsmann, what he did at Bayern, yada yada. Give Poch a chance. He's managed in the Prem before. But no, I like the next appointment matters so much. and not just about getting it right, but also they're all on the same page in terms of our Win Stanley and Paul Stewart and the manager. They all have to be on the same page in terms of how we scout and look at players to come into this team. What Joey's been saying about Osimhen, I've been saying that about him for a very long time. The mentality this guy has, what this guy has done in football, and he's continuously trying to do. I don't like when I hear names like Tony or Gilchrist or Martinez and etc. He's the mentality Osimhen has. The guy's a leader. Like we need someone like him desperately. Gilchrist has only had one season doing it, and maybe he'll replicate it, and maybe he is one of the best around, but we don't know that. You look at Lautaro, he's not going to leave Inter more than likely, and even if he does, the way he plays, he's better in the front too. We've seen him play as a lone striker. You look at Tony. I'm not a big fan of signing players from lower sides who are like, if he's 27 years old, like this is now his prime. Why do we think he's all of a sudden going to adapt easily playing at the highest level? And
with Tony though too, with Tony it's for me, it's like it's too many things going on outside of that though. Like
yeah,
he just went through his bullshit, right? He has been suspended. He came back. He still doesn't look like the same Tony. Like we didn't see it today, really. We didn't see the Ivan Tony from last year today.
Also, Tony, he even before the betting thing, the stuff he's done to Brentford, I don't want that sort of mentality on my club. I'm so sorry. The players we need to bring in this summer who come in as starters, they need to have a mentality. They need to be leaders. Tony, I don't think he's that. When he's going, he's on holiday and being caught on video saying "fuck Brentford." How is that any different from like bullshit Lukaku was doing that people got on his neck for? I don't want players like that on my club.
This guy.
Bro, so
I prefer Victor Osimhen. For sure. But if we ended up with Guy Perez, I'm not going to be one to say like, oh, what is this board doing? Like this, but I just am mad that we didn't try to get a guy like this to fight with Jackson this year. Like he should have been 20 million from Coventry should have been going up against Jackson this year. A 30 million and a $20 million striker going up against each other. It's fine.
That's why I question. That's kind of why I question Gilchrist. Like, why? Because this whole new revamp we're doing of signing young players, we're supposed to be signing the talents before they end up joining a Brighton or a Sporting costing 100 mil. Why didn't we sign Gilchrist last summer? That's my big thing on him. But if we get Amorim and he wants Gilchrist, then that's fine. I won't complain. But the way Chelsea fans are too quick and easy to dismiss Osimhen, but they're willing to take mid-table guys. It's so embarrassing.
I think Osimhen. Listen, I'm not totally convinced. I told Scott this a couple of weeks ago. I'm not totally convinced on Osimhen, but I do think he's the best out there. But look, you got Mr. Rich Moneymakers. He's been backed up by JC. JC has vouched for him for his credibility. Big up to Rich Moneymakers. I heard Sam Dewar will bring in more experienced players for us, but I don't trust with Stanley. Listen, that's what we need right now. It's not that difficult. Even if we were to bring in, to not take out the sporting directors, because we've spoken about it, but I don't think it's as easy as it sounds just to get rid of them and bring someone in. If we do bring in an Almiron, bring in some experienced players, I think that's the way of going. And then you got Mr. Ian saying late to the stream. What excuse is there this weekend for world-class ballers, quote-unquote, underperforming and salvaging a draw against a very poor Brentford team and that just above the relegation zone? Scott, do the honor, Scott. You want to have a go at this, Scott? Because I give up with these kind of comments, man. I give up, man.
I'm glad that you didn't watch the game.
Just go and look at the pass map and you can see everything that's wrong with the game. one of your midfielders is isolated, the other one is playing as a left winger. Yeah, like
There should
Overrated
never be a
players.
scenario where freaking Enzo Fernandez is offside. There should never be one scenario that ends where Enzo Fernandez is offside.
There we go.
Not one.
What even
Not
is
one
this, bro?
scenario in football should Enzo Fernandez be offside.
Yes, these comments like this. People want Sesko over Osimhen. That's too far, man.
Thank you.
I'm
It's
not
bullshit
that's
like
not
that.
convinced.
that's
Yeah, bro. I'm not convinced that Osimhen, but this is too far, man. This is like disgraceful.
Bro,
comment.
listen, I've heard Solanke, I've heard Watkins.
Huh?
When I hear bullshit like that,
Solanke.
like, yes, I'm not joking. I've heard Solanke,
Yeah, man.
and I'm just like, what? If you don't like Osimhen, fine, but give me actual options. Because I look at Solanke, he's not better than Jackson. I'm sorry, and Jackson's not good enough. So, what are we doing?
Guys, still over 147 of you guys are here. Make sure you guys are like, subscribing, man. 77 likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the subscriber count up as well, man. Road to 1K as well. Show some love to the channel. Yeah, look, this is but Mr. Ian. This is your answer for you. What is that? What am I even looking at? What am I even looking at? Look at that. But people,
signed a Lampard.
but this is it, Scott, because you got this one. Seeing how much money we spent, I think they'll also sell some common boys because they need some money. Academy products means profit,
Which is
I mean,
good.
yeah,
Which is good. That's what we've done our entire career in terms of under Abramovich as well. And we should be, because not all the common players are A, good enough, and B, will make it anyway, even if they are. Like, look at Solanke. He was never going to make it at Chelsea because he wasn't good enough, but we sold him to Liverpool and we made money. Like, look at Gilchrist. He's not good enough. We'll sell him, make some decent money on him because he's English and you have that homegrown tax. Like, you got other guys that we've done this with. Like, we do this all the time. That's the thing about having an academy where even if the number of high level talents is not that high, Cobham is a great academy in terms of the base level of the guys it produces. More often than not, is fairly decent. So there will be you'll produce a bunch of players. In fact, most players will be good enough to play for a bunch of championship teams, maybe even some like half decent Premier League teams, right? So then you can get a bunch of money from them. Even some of the guys we signed, we got Hutchinson on a free. There's a chance I don't want us to, but there's a chance you could sell him this summer for like 30 million, 25 million to Ipswich based on how he's done this season, especially if they get promoted. That's profit there. Look at a guy like Angelo. We signed him for £13 million. You can make profit on that even after one season. Like, we can make profit on so many of these guys.
And that's why like Cobham were always able to attract young players and develop them, because like parents know if my child at the age of 9, whatever, if I have the option of Cobham or say, I don't know, Man United or Arsenal or whatever, I will send my child to Cobham because I know that even if they don't make it at Chelsea, they will have a very good career.
That's the thing is like, even if I don't make it, I'll make it somewhere. And it's not a case of like, I think like City will end up becoming this, but for a different level of like, if he can make it, it's like with City, it's like if he can make it there's a chance he will make it into that team, right? But like with Chelsea, it's different. He might make it to a Premier League level, because like go and just look at the number of players we've produced and go and look at the clubs they play for in terms of around the world. Like, that's the thing.
And also, the past few years, we have shown a little bit of a pathway of if you are good enough, you will get your chance.
Even if you're not good enough. I just mentioned Gilchrist. He's dog ass and he's getting played.
True. No, not true. But I mean, in terms of like that you know that
you can use us as a launch pad to another place.
Exactly.
No, but not even that. Like, if you truly
the youth team, I'm talking you're talking about like I'm just talking about like Matson. Think about like Matson, like he still ended up in a good place in the end.
So how many players are we thinking? So you got Matson, that's what, 30 million. You got Lewis Hall is in that 30 million. You've got I know Chalobah, probably another say 20 million. I know
More than that.
JC's asking
Yeah,
about
I would
Broja.
say all of those guys are around the 35 million.
I reckon,
range.
like for all the guys that have been in our squad
You
this
sell
season,
all
outside
three
of,
of those guys, you got about 100 million. If you
I was
sell
about to say
all three.
all of the guys outside of Gallagher and Gilchrist that have played for us or have been in the squad this season that are homegrown, you could sell for 30 million in terms of Hall, Matson, Chalobah,
Bro, yeah.
Broja. You could sell for at least 30 million. Even Gallagher, right? He'll go that you could sell at least 30 million. For some of those guys, like a Gallagher, maybe a Chalobah, you could sell for more because there's more to go on, right? And this is the thing is like even guys you bring up into the team to replace, like because this is the upside as well to doing what we're doing in terms of the young players is you will have a never-ending stream of players that you can sell.
Yeah. But the problem is as well, JC's asking, is Broja playing any games?
No, he's not. He's on the bench basically every game.
But I still think we would get 15 to 20.
Oh yeah, of course, because of
but then we've got, say, head tapped. Like, you're inflating. They're worth someone will pay, bro.
Yeah,
bro,
Everton were willing to pay. Hang on, last season when he was dog shit, Everton were willing to pay 45 million for Conor Gallagher.
Right.
I believe Wolves were willing to pay up to 30 for Broja this January. They just didn't want to go to 45, which is what we wanted. Matson has a £35 million release clause, which I can guarantee will be triggered by Borussia Dortmund in the summer because he's been one of their best players since he signed for them.
Lewis Hall?
He's kept their first choice left back out. Lewis Hall is guaranteed to move for 30 million. It's an obligation, which, according to Eddie Howe, is getting closer to being fulfilled every single day and every single week.
According to Howe.
Yeah. And then you've got another good comment, to be fair, by JC saying Osimhen on a 5-year contract for 100 million equals 20 million annual. That covers if Bowley stops withdrawing that 20 million salary for staying away from management this season. But this is it. One thing I can say is that we're listing all these players. It just shows that money is not a problem. I don't think money will ever be a problem because these guys are
getting the money from players and selling players has been our specialty for over a decade. People don't realize it, but they have one of our players on their team. It's like, oh, you won't sell Gallagher for 45 million. We sold freaking Kai Havertz and Mason Mount for 60 plus. Like, we will get 45 million for Gallagher.
This is for the Arsenal fans, not Arsenal fans only, rival fans, man.
Did we get a word? Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You man can hold that. Everyone, look at this. I think he's gone, man. That King Mo. Where's King Mo? Look at this, bro. Money can't buy you no more trophies. Accept it, lol. Nah, bro,
money is literally how you win trophies.
Money can't buy you no more trophies. No more, like we didn't already buy our trophies.
Money can't buy us trophies, but Arsenal spent 100 million on Declan Rice in order to win the Premier League.
Bro, end of the day,
Like,
you've got big up AK, man, big up to you. And you got, listen, who said that? You're dreaming. You're really, Ali? You're dreaming about Osimhen? Who else? Where's he gonna go? Arsenal.
I really don't think the only thing that could stop us, the only thing that might derail us signing Osimhen is if we don't get Europe. But I'll be so real. The guy really wants to come to Chelsea. Like, just get the deal done. Let's
hope so, man. Big up CNX. We're supposed to sell 10 players by June 30th and end up selling 11 for a good measure.
Exactly.
Listen, it's like, you know what I mean, bro?
Like, there are players in the squad we will sell. Kukurea is also gone as well.
Yeah, man. So I'm saying Dortmund most expensive signing ever is Dembele for 30 million in their 10 years history. Scott, you talk. All right, listen, bro. It's not talking bollocks because that's the release clause, brother. So you're talking bollocks. It's the release clause. What's he talking about? That's what the release clause is.
Also, Scott didn't say that Dortmund will buy Matson. He said.
No, I think they will. No, I think they will because he's been that good for them. Also, can I just point out them spending 30 million for a player isn't unheard of. Like, if you go and look at their most expensive transfers, they have 8 players who they spent 30 mil or more on.
No, my point is, Scott, even if Dortmund don't buy Matson, another top club will.
Yeah.
Fucking old Danish, bro.
You're talking about and look at Premier League clubs as well. You're talking about a homegrown left back who can like help you in attack, who's decent enough in defend, who fulfills the homegrown
City
quota.
wanted Maatson before City wanted Maatson in the summer, bro.
Exactly.
Burnley wanted him.
I think the next
Burnley
manager
would pay
that
30
comes in,
million for him too.
Didn't they bid for 30 million for Matson?
Yeah.
I
I
think
don't know if
the
it was
next
30,
Burnley
manager,
are
I
gonna
think it was like 25 or
the
something.
next manager
Can't
that
say
comes
anything,
in,
man.
the next manager that comes in will want to keep Matson.
Yeah, but also as well, you're talking about a player. Let's look at the Dortmund perspective, because a couple of people brought up. You're talking about a guy who in 2 years you can flip for probably double that.
There you go. See that Matson will be worth 60 million in 2 years.
Yeah.
That is an investment.
All
That's the
over
thing.
Hakimi all over again.
Legit. No, but the thing, Hakimi wasn't theirs. They only got him on loan.
And this comment, this
I
is
think
what
they ended up buying him, didn't they?
No, they
But
had him on a
this-
2-year loan, and then he left and went to.
Inter.
PSG.
here we go.
Inter.
Ali's saying we need UCL
No,
football.
Inter. He went to Inter.
Yeah,
He'd
Inter.
rather PSG or getting Osimhen when Mbappe leaves. Bro, did we have UCL football when we took Lavia off Liverpool, when we took Caicedo off Liverpool, when we took Enzo off basically every single club in the world? Listen, I criticize these owners and sport directors for one thing, which is the standards, and we repeat ourselves many times, the standards, the living up to Chelsea expectation and whatnot. But they clearly know how to sell a project. That's for sure. They know how to
That's
bring
the
players
thing.
in.
Like,
So,
there will be players. UCL football is not the be all and end all in terms of getting players. It never has been and never will be, because there are other tools. It depends on how you sell your project to a player. It depends on how much you're going to pay them. It depends on a lot of things, right? Like, there are a few players who might say, oh, UCL football is a must. But I'm telling you now, right, if Manchester City are outside the UCL one season just because of a freak thing like a Liverpool thing where they get injuries and they go in for a player, you think teams are rejecting them? No. It's like, it just depends.
Man United signed the most sought after midfielder on the planet in Paul Pogba without Euro or without Champions League.
And that's the thing. But again, that the like flip side of that was they had to pay him a lot of money. So that might just be the flip side of what we have to do. We just might have to pay. If we might have to pay Osimhen more than we would want. Do you know how you alleviate that? Get rid of Sterling. There you go. Problem solved. His wages
And
we just
also-
give to Osimhen. The problem solved.
And also, we don't. It's not about convincing
Get rid of
Osimhen.
Sterling. If we find another freaking winger, that's
It's not like we need to do a lot of groundwork. He wants to come. Everyone's talk, whether it be John Obi Mikel or Drogba or everyone around him, is telling him to go to Chelsea.
And also,
He wants
as well,
to go
like,
to Chelsea.
CNAC's spitting as well with some of the stuff he's saying in terms of like where you live, how you can develop in terms of like, let's be like, he's probably thinking of Chelsea as a stepping stone, but it's kind of a case of like, if I go here, right, I'm on the biggest stage of them all in terms of the Premier League. I'll get viewed every single week without fail. There is a good chance if I can turn this club around, because players think like that, they can turn clubs around 100%. That if I turn this around, I could potentially get a move to a Real Madrid. Also, in his mind, if I'm looking at it, right, Real Madrid is probably not likely because they want Haaland and Mbappe. Well, they're getting Mbappe, basically, I think, and they probably want Haaland as well, right? Barca, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is there. That's a bit of an unknown. But Barca is also one of those where like people just want to go to. You just got to kind of see how that goes. Bayern, no, they've got Kane. PSG, who knows what the situation is there? At that point, you're getting.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about our team, right? Like Chelsea is a team that creates a legacy. Like that's what it ends up being. Like if you don't understand that by now, like we're a team. We're the type of team that create legacies. You don't talk about guys they're still these guys at Arsenal are still talking about Kai Havertz's goal. They're still talking about the goal that he scored for us. We're the team that creates the legacies. That's what it comes down. If you're not going to Madrid and you're not German, we're the team that creates legacies. Over the last 2 decades, we've been the team. Over the past 2 decades.
Bro, Ali, bro. 1 second. Ali, I know, listen, big up to Ali because this guy follows me everywhere and he's subscribed, he likes, big up to him. But brother, listen, players do not sign the contract based on what we done last season or what they think we're going to do next season. They're signing a 5-year contract. This is their career. I don't know, bro. I'm not going to be. I don't know who he supports. Ali, who do you support? They're signing a 5-year contract. This is their career they're thinking about. They're smart. They've got agents that think,
and that's
is this project good enough for my
Yeah,
client? If it's not, I'm out of it, bruv.
and it's like
Well,
I said,
I'm a
it's
salesman.
about
You think I
where,
can't sell this to OCM? I do sales for a living. Like
and
this is the team that has created a legacy. Every time someone comes through here, they've become a centerpiece, a centerfold of something. Didier, Lampard, Terry, Hazard, Kai Havertz goes and wins his own goddamn trophy on his off of one goal, and his whole entire legacy is fulfilled by Arsenal fans. Gets him a
And
nice
Joey,
$70 million
and Joey, in particular, and Joey,
What's that?
in particular, right? Osimhen is African as well. He's African. What Drogba's done for this club, what Mikel's, Victor Moses, he was a nobody who signed from Wigan, and all of a sudden he went on to win AFCON with Nigeria. Things like that matters.
He won the title with us too.
Things like that matters.
and
Like,
that's the thing, and it's like I'll say as well, and it's as I said, it's about also because they'll have these conversations with the managers and whatnot, or their agents and family members. It's about looking at the landscape right now. Like, where else is he going to go? He's not going to stay at Napoli for another year, right? Like, look at the situation at Napoli. They just sacked their second coach of the season, or on their third coach of the season. Like, it's not going well. He's probably not going to stay beyond next season. So
Napoli
where's he going to go?
Just as much shit as we are in.
Yeah, like
literally at this current moment, Napoli is in just as much shit as we are in.
Yeah, and that's me. And so if I'm him and I'm leaving in the summer, I've got to assess the situation. Like I said, like there's so limited options if he wants to move. And so then if Chelsea's the only option for him to move, which it might be, right? It might be, we don't know. But if it's the only option, then it's either that or Napoli. There's a chance if he stays in Napoli, they don't have Europe either. So then it's one team without Europe in a league where he's not going to be paid as much. The eyes aren't on it. All of this, that, and the other, and based on the TikTok and all that nonsense that happened, don't know how you feel about them. Or another
Napoli
club in Europe.
So pretty much the same spot we're in.
Or another club that's not in Europe but has the most eyes on them in world football because of the league they play in. He's going to be viewed every week. There's that idea of being the next Drogba.
Victor's not going to just be the savior, though. Okay, let's make it clear.
Yeah.
He's not going to be by himself be the savior. We still
What about wages, Joey? Because that's a big thing on this thing. I was told by Salah, the little Napoli fan, that he's already on like 230K a week. So what are we talking about in terms of wages,
matter, bro?
It won't matter. You don't think it will matter?
No.
I mean, look, because we've got Head Tapped. Big up that name, bro. Under Ted Lasso, and you got under Roman. He was under Roman. He was saying that these players chose us over the clubs, bro. It was literally last summer that we took Lavia, Enzo, and fucking Caicedo off these big clubs. No, I'm saying like in terms of January to summer, we took them off these. No, Scott, the whole world wanted Enzo. Enzo could have waited till the summer, and he would have had the big move.
Yeah, these rival fans will say anything and everything for themselves to conceptually put it in their minds that we don't have any pull, and in their heads, no matter what we do, no matter if we could be in 14th, we don't have. They in their head they have this concept. Without Europe, you don't have pull.
Do people not remember last year
that this is wrong? This concept is false. At year after year after year.
Did people not? Did people not remember last year, January?
They just create numbers, bro. These people,
Liverpool. Sorry, Prime. I'll let you go. Liverpool bid more than us.
Go, guys.
Big up Joey, man. Joey's channel's in the description, man. When he starts uploading, make sure he's on good stuff.
We're doing me and Ibs are gonna get our FM stream started.
Big up,
we're gonna get together and get our FM stream started.
Joey's link's in the description, man. Show some love to him, man. Subscribe to him.
People don't remember last year, January. Arsenal for Mudryk, they bid in more and they gave him more in wages, and he still chose Chelsea.
And what else? Liverpool bid more for Caicedo than we did. They bid 110. We got him for 100. Fact. 100% fact. So you can't tell me this money thing, because look, even here, big up Rich Moneymaker saying, fact, Chelsea revenue generated 512 million in 2022-23 season. Also only generating 463. We can all sit here and shit on these owners for the football side of things, but in terms of business, in terms of making money, in terms of attracting players, right, and even selling them, you can't hate on them. You can't hate on them. Guys, 137 people in here, man. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, man. Show some love to the channel. Make sure we're on the road to 1K subs, man.
Leonardo da Vinci, but who employs Mudrik's agent, Mudrik? So if his agent said he wants Chelsea, or Mudrik wants Arsenal, guess what? Mudrik would have joined Arsenal.
I don't understand this. You guys really think a player is going to go to a club when he doesn't want to join that club? All this nonsense of Mudrik was crying. Are you man having a laugh? Mudrik was crying. If the guy doesn't want to come to us, he will not join.
If you're at work and you work in sales and your boss says, don't sell this car for anything less than 35 grand, and you sell the car for 20 grand, guess what? You're going to get sacked.
Bro,
So that's...
I don't understand. Like, people saying like he was crying, he doesn't want to join us. What are you talking about? The guy, if we had an agreement with Barcelona, right or wrong? We had an agreement, not Barcelona, sorry, Leeds. We had an agreement with Leeds for him to join us. Fine, that was correct, done. But the guy wanted to join Barcelona, so he fucked us off and went to Barcelona.
Yeah.
It's not
even
hard.
though Barcelona are in tatters and in ruins, you know what? Sometimes, even though the state of the club might not be the best, the club just has the pull. Man United, we've seen Man United have it for a decade, even though they've done nothing. Arsenal haven't won a title in 20 years now. You were still able to sign Ozil and Alexis Sanchez and Aubameyang. Like, come on, people.
What else we got?
And all I heard for Arsenal fans was, well, we're a big club. Of course, we're still going to attract players. Well, Chelsea are a big club. Of course, we're still going to attract players.
Yep. And it said, you don't act that Mudrik is a child. This is a grown-ass man. If he didn't want to come to Chelsea, he would have went to Arsenal. I think he's a retard, but at least he still wants to be here for good reasons. Listen, man, I spoke about Mudrik at the start. Mudrik is the number one player in this squad that needs the most developing. And when you are scoring and doing something good in a game, and then the following game you're being benched, I don't see how you're going to develop. Ali says, yeah, this summer will be different compared to last summer. FFP issues for Chelsea for not qualifying for any Europe. Bro, first of all, we just spoke about how good these lot are on the money side. Second of all, I feel like this season, in terms of pure profit, we've got more to sell than we did last year. Last year, who did we sell for pure profit? Mason Mount, who no one expected us to sell in the first place. Who else did we sell? Only Cobham players. But this year, we've got pure. Matson, pure profit. Hall, pure profit. Gallagher, pure profit. Broja, pure profit. Chalobah. The list goes on of pure profit.
Chelsea can make 100 million at least
of just couple players. But by
the way, remember what happened last summer? I think similar will happen this summer, where we will spend the first part of the window just getting rid of these players. So don't expect to hear any here we goes of, oh, we've signed Osimhen or whatever. No, we'll just spend the first part, even if it takes a month, getting rid of people that we don't want before we start making signings. Livramento was pure profit as well.
Livramento, that's it. Big up to Santiago, bro. Big up to you, man. Mudrik just wanted to move away from Ukraine. He probably didn't care too much.
Okay, and
that could be. I mean,
if he
wanted Arsenal, he would have said, "I want to move to Arsenal," but he didn't.
Exactly.
So he didn't.
big up, man. Big up, Zed. I'm signing out this chat. Also found spamming numbers about wages when they pay 65 million and 300k a week for a donkey. You look like. Do you know what? Saad told me yesterday that Havertz is not a midfielder. When all summer we got laughed at for outplaying, putting Havertz in the wrong position.
Saying we are the reason he failed. Chelsea misprofiled Havertz. That's fine.
Man. Here we go. Yeah, man. Anyway, bro. Scott laughing, bro. Look at Scott, man. Hold that, bro. Hold up. Whoa! Who said dyslexic? What's going on in the chat, man? No, none of this, man. None of
People,
this.
AMD said the donkey that won us the Champions League. Yes, and
Yes,
he's not going to win you a Champions.
he's a terrible footballer. Ryan Bertrand helped win us a Champions League. I don't think anyone thinks he's great.
Ryan Bertrand, big up Ryan Bertrand, man.
Really.
Richard Manamikis, even though Chelsea are struggling right now, we are still a big club with massive resources and a quality young
Thank
squad.
you.
We could provide the manager with the platform to challenge for major trophies in the future, in the coming seasons. There we go. But listen, I've got this question that I want to ask you guys. What is a Mudryk? Okay, man. But listen, do we? I said that, Scott, I want to ask you this and I'll go to Prime. If Jurgen Klopp was here at the start of the season, fresh, everyone's on zero, brand new squad, brand new, everyone's zero, September, August, whenever it fucking starts, everyone's zero. With this squad, where do you think Jurgen Klopp has us right now? Judging on the season, how it's going in terms of where Aston Villa are. 6th minimum, yeah?
You can't tell me, with just to go on that, you can't tell me Klopp's a better manager than Ten Hag, and I'd argue our squad is at least on par with Man United. You can't tell me we'd be any worse off than United.
I listen. I got told that we would be 8th max. That's what I got told. I said if Jurgen Klopp was this squad, if Unai Emery was with Aston Villa is top 4, Jurgen Klopp would have us top 4 with this squad. I'm certain of it. We've got 5th max, top 4, Klopp easy top 4.
I'm looking at our squad, and I'm looking at other teams above us. I've been telling people, our squad man for man, you cannot tell me it's worse than Villa, Spurs, Man United, West Ham. We right now, Villa are on 55 points in 4th, and Spurs are on 50 points in 5th. We would be 4th or 5th with Jurgen Klopp.
100%.
We would be competing for top. We would be competing for top 4.
I
don't know if we would be above Villa or below Spurs, but we'd be 4th or 5th in that spot. Between 50 to 55 points is where we'd be right now.
Bro, look at this. I can't ignore this. Bro, where do you get your figures from, bro? Where do you get your figures from? 120 million where, bro? Scott, can you explain?
He cost 60 million. I hope this helps. He cost 62 million.
Bro, where are you getting these numbers from? I don't understand. But back to this young Klopp, because look, we got top 4. We got Klopp 3rd minimum, top 4. Listen, I think people are actually underestimating and overlooking what Unai Emery is doing with this Aston Villa squad. Like the fact that Unai Emery is 4th with this squad, I'm sorry, you can't sit and say Aston Villa's got a better squad than us. And then Hassan will tell me I will take more players from Aston Villa than I will with Chelsea. Yeah, no shit, because they've got a manager that's getting the best out of these players. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. They look better because they got a manager.
Yeah, people will tell me that Aston Villa, they've got more experience. Look at Douglas Luiz and John McGinn. First of all, these guys don't have experience of competing for like top 4 or a league title. And 2, 18 months ago, no one wanted McGinn or Douglas Luiz. People laughed when you offered them Ollie Watkins. Now all of a sudden you're telling me they're elite players. No, it's the manager.
Before this season, let's just go if you look at man for man, right? In terms of their defense, before this season, they would get 1 player in max, maybe. You can say they have goalkeepers, so they're called 2 out of the back 5 before this season. In midfield, probably 1, maybe 2. And up front, probably Watkins and Diaby. Maybe. Actually, he hadn't even joined yet, so Watkins. No one would be taking Bailey over Palmer or Bailey over Sterling.
Not in the summer, no chance. Not in the summer, no chance. Absolutely not. And then you've got, here we go.
Bro,
how much wages affect performance?
If you spoke to Unai Emery, right now, if you spoke to Emery right now, and you said, would you take the Chelsea job over Villa? He would take the Chelsea job.
But you see, look, he's even said we'll be 8th. Bro, do you realize we're like 4 points with this dickhead in charge? We are 4 points away from 7th. How are we going to be with Jurgen Klopp fucking 8th and worse? How does that make sense?
We'd be 6th minimum with Emery in charge. Never mind Klopp.
No, hold on, Ziad. You know what that shows me about what people think of Klopp? which I've always thought. People truly do not rate Klopp that highly. If you don't believe, if you believe, if you hold on, Scott, hold on. If you truly believe Jurgen Klopp would have us 8th, he is not that good of a tactical manager.
He's not an elite
He
manager.
is not that good, which is what I've always believed. But people will argue against me and say he competes against Pep. If he has this Chelsea squad 8th, he is
Then he's
not
not
that
elite.
good.
Yeah, if
No.
that's where he has him, then he's not an elite manager.
Man, I really don't understand, because people saying 8th is ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous, because and people say I got told that why using a minority in terms of Jurgen Klopp, one of the best out there. I did not come up with this idea of Jurgen Klopp or Pep. Hussam told me that if Pep or Klopp, the two best in the league, had this squad, we would be 8th max. 8th, like that's the best.
Don't listen to Sam.
That is why I'm bringing up Klopp.
Don't listen to Sam. Sam, one, he's a major gaslighter, and 2, last year he was Jurgen Klopp out. He wanted him sacked.
We beat a very good Aston Villa in the FA Cup. Our squad, even though they've got a better manager.
No, we didn't. We beat a poor Villa. They were poor that day.
No, he means in terms of where they are in the league and where the manager's getting out of the squad. Like, sorry, people are saying, "Oh, Leon Bailey, Diaby." Sorry, Leon Bailey. Who's that? Let's be honest here. Who is that? In the summer, you tell me Leon Bailey, who would take him in your squad? Top 6.
If Emery can get Leon Bailey to score goals, look at what he would do with Sterling.
But I don't understand, bro. People saying Leon Bailey. Come on, man. Let's be honest, man. I think head tap's causing a bit of craziness in the fucking the chat,
oh, you know what? Actually, Ziad, next time, ask Hussam, where would Pep have this Chelsea team?
He said the same. He said Jurgen Klopp and Pep. He would. I think he said, to be fair to him, he said 6th max. He said that's the highest.
We'd be top 4 with Pep.
Bro, easy, bro. This is not even a conversation, Scott. This is easy.
Again, so that if people think Pep would have a 6th, you guys do not rate Pep Guardiola then as a manager. You don't rate him.
Bro, come on, man. This is... And then look, here we go again. Mudryk cost 88.5.
No, it cost 62 million. Hope this helps.
Like,
come on, man.
Like, people do know the prices have been reported. We know what he cost.
Bro, but do you know what's funny as well, Prime? Like, this $1 billion that's getting quoted in that. Do you realize that's like the future, the project? There's players that have not even worn the Chelsea shirt this season that people are adding to this $1 billion. Oh, you're $1 billion in the 12th. What are you talking about, bro? Half of them on fucking loan.
Oh no, someone. I think Jester did the maths, and it's something like, if you want to look at all the guys like we've spent money on, and this is including the guys we've sold, it's like 800 and something million.
No, it's less than that. It's like 750 something or 760 something.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 800 if you include the players that we sold.
Oh, including what we sold. Okay.
Yeah,
it's like 800 million what? Yeah, but you know what, Scott?
That's the amount we've spent on players since Bowley and that have been here, and that includes players we've sold.
Yeah, but Scott, that does not sound. Scott, £1 billion bottle jobs just sounds much better.
It does, man. Fucking Gary Neville, man. You know what? Big up Simon Jordan, man. Simon Jordan called that out, man. Big up Simon Jordan. I actually rated Simon Jordan, man. Big up to him, man. What do you call it? Tayo. Big up to Tayo, man. Chelsea needs to get Tony Oshman. Boniface, who the fuck is that, man? Watkins,
Victor Boniface.
Yeah, man.
He's having a good breakout season.
Yeah, he can stay there, bro.
Nah.
Watkins, either one or two of these guys. Two of them, fucking hell. Plus Jackson, and we are good to go. Listen, man, I think, look, people say, look, we spent $1 billion and we still need all these positions. I say we need a striker. I don't just saying we need a striker. I don't think you get rid of Jackson. I think Jackson's a very good squad player to have. A very good squad player to have. A left back, personally, I would get rid of Chilwell. Matson and Lewis Hall. I'm sorry, that's like almost 70 million on the two left backs that hardly played first team football. Sorry, Ian Matson, you've probably got to go because of that reason. I would keep Cucurella and I'll sign a left back. I think Cucurella is actually okay.
By the way, it looks like we're trying to sell Cucurella.
Well, no, we are selling Cucurella over Chilwell, which is beyond me. I don't understand how.
Oh, I thought we were keeping Matson.
I think we're getting rid of Matson, we're getting rid of Lewis Hall, and we'll get rid of Cucurella, and we'll sign a replacement.
I think Chilwell will be the left back we keep.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
when it should be Cucurella. I think Cucurella is quite good.
So long as we buy a left back and Chilwell's not first choice.
I do think Cucurella is quite good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's good enough.
I
to
do
stay.
not. I rate Cucurella too.
Yeah, I think he's fine, man. Osherman is Haaland level. Please, please didn't put him around Tony or Boniface. Behave. But Haaland's a bit.
I'm not gonna say Haaland level, but like I do think Osimhen is the best striker available.
Revenge says if we get centre back, striker, left back, maybe a left winger. I swear, with a good manager, we challenge. Oh, fuck.
No, we need a left winger. I don't even know if we need it. I don't even know if we need a centre back necessarily.
I mean, who we've got? We've got Colwell. We've got Badiashile, Disasi.
I think a competent manager who can set up a defense properly, excuse me, can get something at least a top four. You know, maybe a cup as well with a defense containing a new left back, Gusto or James, and a centre back partnership of Badiashile and Disasi.
But I think they might be saying centre back in terms of numbers, because we're going to get rid of Chalobah and Thiago Silva. So
yeah, then cool. Then you've got if you're playing a back four, then you've got Fofana. It depends on Fofana. If Fofana can't stay fit, then yeah, you need new centre back. But if Fofana stays fit, you got him. You've got Colwell, and then if you need a fifth centre back because we won't have Europe, just keep Humphreys.
Yeah. Sterling. I think Sterling. I'm not gonna lie to you. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I just have this feeling Sterling. Like the news came out the other day that he's not looking to move away. The guy has dreamt of coming back to London. He's back in London and he's earning stupid money. Of course he doesn't want to, and he's at the end of the career. Of course he doesn't want to leave. For me, Sterling looks like I'm sorry, bro. That guy looks like he doesn't give a shit. He looks like he's just here for vibes. If I perform well, oh no. If I perform bad,
I
oh
disagree.
no.
I disagree.
No, come on, bro. He looks like he doesn't give a shit.
I disagree. I wouldn't give a shit under this manager. Listen, Sterling, I get it. He's on a lot of wages and stuff. But if you use him to his attributes, he will get you goals.
I think maybe him with the Osherman could bang.
Get him a proper get us a proper manager, man. He'll get us goals. Listen, I'm cool with us selling him. I didn't want him in the first place. But like, I'm also not gonna lie about what he can and can't do.
He's not a player that will take the team by the scruff of the neck. He will not carry the team. He needs a lot of support around him for him to thrive. If I'm being honest, he does need a lot of thing. But you got here we go, another stat according to Sport Track, whatever that is, and we'll rise to 88.5 if you keep paying, and he has signed an 8-year deal. We can conclude you will pay it all. Bro, who are you talking about? This guy's still talking about Mudryk. Do you realize it's 62 million and it rises to that 80 if we win the league or Champions League? So
also,
we have to pay 20 million.
He's just assuming Mudryk's going to be here the entire 8 years, which means if he's here the whole 8 years, he's going to have to have played improved. Because if he doesn't improve, he'll be sold.
Yeah. You got Tayo, Watkins is more clinical and technical than Osherman and Prem proven.
And if we're doing this, let's do this. Let's entertain this nonsense. Because guess what I've just found out? Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Scott's got the numbers coming up. Your head.
So if we're doing this nonsense, how much did Kai Havertz cost in terms of actually, like, his transfer fee?
I think 60. Was it 65? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it was 60 plus 5. Let me see. How much was it? Was he?
Would anyone like to guess then? If we're doing this nonsense, would anyone like to guess how much Havertz is going to cost, including his 5-year deal that he's been given?
David said around 65. Wow, I just deeped it.
Let's entertain
this. 24-year-old German international is worth around 65 million pounds.
How much do you reckon they spent on Havertz? They bought Havertz for, if we're doing this nonsense of including his wages.
Oh, fuck knows, bro. I couldn't tell you.
137 million.
Fucking hell, bro. Wow. Yeah, that's it. Look at that. 75 million cost so far for Mudryk. What's he talking about, bro? Are you? Do you know what?
137.
Does this guy not understand what bonuses mean? Like, do you understand what a bonus is? What bonuses means? Like, do you understand what that means? I don't think he understands what that means, bro. Come on, man. Big up to Considante, bro. Big up to you, man. Hope I do well. What do you think about a sporting director position? Do you think it's good enough? I know they're still new, or do you want someone else? Just out of curiosity. Listen, I don't know about Prime and Scott, but I think they're fine in terms of bringing
They're
in
glorified
players.
scouts.
There you go. They're bringing in players and whatnot, but scout a manager, I don't think they're there yet.
They're glorified scouts. They can do everything in terms of like the scout's job, in terms of finding players, finding the talent, etc. Everything you require an actual sporting director to do: lead a brigade, sort out the deals, find the right clubs in terms of for like outgoing loans and shit, like stuff like that. Horrible. The only thing they've done right in their job is the actual scouting, and that should be the bare minimum. Like I can get scouts to do that. You can go and find like guys at City, guys at Arsenal, Liverpool, everything that do that. Like,
Bro, you have already paid some of the bonuses, son. That's what I'm saying.
no, we haven't. His bonuses mean he has to win that stuff, which he has yet to do.
I've got to drop this, bro. I've got to drop this.
Shut your mouth, mate.
Again, let me say it again. 137 million.
I don't understand, bro. I actually don't understand. Anyway, guys, ladies and gentlemen, still 128 of you in here, man. Make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, show some love to the channel. Road to the 1,000 subscribers. How many likes you want? 87 likes. Let's get the likes up on your way up, man. On your way out, let's get the likes up. JC enjoyed that one, bro. Listen, I'm not 1,000 subscribers yet to redirect. But why you laughing, Scott, bro? I'm not at 1,000 subscribers yet to do any redirect business. But what we will do is send you guys over to Mr. Flawless, Mr. Sarcasm City TV. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the link of he's currently live. So make sure you guys go over there and subscribe, show some love. But what you're gonna do for me, guys, spam in the channel, in the chat, sorry. Ziad Raid, just put it that way. I'm sure you understand that I'm not 1,000 subscribers yet, but make sure you show some love. Click on that link over here, and it will take you straight to the stream. Spam Ziad Raid for me. Make sure you guys are like, subscribe on your way out. Twitter is in the description. Scott's Twitter is in the description. My one, of course. Prime's Twitter is in the description. Show some love to the channel. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get the likes up on your way out. I'm gonna leave you with this one here as well, man. Oh, I like this one, bro. This was picture of the day, man. Picture of the day right here, man. I don't want your shirt. I want you to where is it? I want you to want to fight for hours. That's proper Chelsea right there, man. That's proper Chelsea if you've ever seen one. You know, big up to him. Make sure you guys are like, subscribing. Prime, Scott, appreciate you guys. Big up to Rich Money Makers. Okay, this guy doesn't give up, man. This guy doesn't give up, man. All right, man. Anyway, man, big up to you guys. Big up to Head Tap, man. Yeah, man. Anyway, make sure you guys are like, subscribing. Make sure you guys go over to Sarcasm City, Mr. Flawless. Say Ziad Raid, a indirect raid if you like to call that one, man. Big up to you. Let's get the likes up, subscribers count up, man. Still 116 of you lot in here, man. Show some love to the channel, and yeah, man. Let's hope you get some proper news for Chelsea, man. Big up to you guys, man. Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. Exactly, bro. Big up to you, man. Big up, man. Big up, big up. Like, subscribe, man. Show some love to Flawless. Say Ziad Raid. Big up, man.
Oh,